guys, welcome back to The Other Side with Ian and Anna. We're on a 10-day road trip in the beautiful country of Jordan. Starting today's video in Wadi Rum in this awesome bubble behind me. We're gonna be hitting up so many spots in Jordan like Petra, the Dead Sea, and Amman. Let's just get right into it, guys. The place we're staying at is called Aladdin Camp. It is locally owned by Yusuf and Mohammed. They're so cute and sweet, very welcoming.
Another reason to come to Wadi Rum is because movies like Martian, Star Wars, and personally one of our favorites, Aladdin, was filmed here. We're actually gonna go to some of the filming locations tonight on a car tour throughout the desert. Last night when we were in bed, we got the stargaze and you could literally see the Milky Way right through here. It's insane how clear the night sky gets here in the desert. Right now we're getting the buffet breakfast. Breakfast and dinner are included with your stay. Of course, you gotta have some hummus for breakfast.
Little room tour time of our cool bubble. This is the panoramic bubble. There are budget tents right next door, so there's many options for you. We drew the curtains to have this insane view. I love it so much. It just gets better by every hour, you know, because the light changes the rocks. Also, the sun is super hot. Oh, you can like tan in the bed. Even better, there's AC and heat and hot water. The only thing is they don't have Wi-Fi or any connection out here whatsoever. So just keep that in mind. You're off grid, which is obviously very nice to relax. Let's go like do some fun stuff.
Right now the chefs are cooking chicken, lamb, rice, a bunch of veggies, and putting it into this fire pit right here. Here they come. Oh, a whole team. And then they're covering it up right now. And how long does this cook for?
2 hours, 2 hours and a half.
2.5 hours. Not only the top, they just put a mountain of sand over it.
You know that's gonna be so good. The best kind of food is slow cooked.
This is Hussein. He is the man helping us out here all the time. What do you got on?
I have a Bedouin jacket. They let me borrow it for tonight since we're going on a tour and it's gonna be a little chilly. So we couldn't bring our drone to Egypt or Jordan because it's illegal. However, they have these really cool ladders to a top of a rock. So we're gonna go get our own bird's eye drone view.
There we go, Ann.
Oh my God, you act like it's the hardest thing ever.
Aladdin Camp has been open for 2.5 years. It started right before COVID, and then those 2 years of COVID hit. They had a tough time, but locals started coming down here more and more. And tonight, I guess there's 70 locals coming down. We're gonna have a DJ. That is the fire pit we're gonna be hanging at tonight.
I said that we're gonna have a party tonight. Do you see how big that speaker is? Oh my gosh. This is gonna be wild.
Like Anna said before, we are totally off grid for 2 straight days and it couldn't feel better. Let me tell you, if you're scared of that happening to you, don't be, because some of our favorite travel memories ever happen when we don't have our phones, no Wi-Fi. You just get out there, hang with locals. This is Yusuf. He is one of the owners of Aladdin Camp, and he's gonna take us around tonight for 2 hours for a sunset tour. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right, let's do it.
Welcome. Bye.
We're in the bed of the truck right now, and because it's more of a private tour, we're able to go inside if it gets too chilly and come out here for the adventure.
There's no way out.
One of our first stops is where one of the Star Wars movies was filmed. To be completely honest, I've never even seen Star Wars before.
Ooh.
I feel so lame for that. I have seen The Mandalorian, which I'm obsessed with. It's a series on Disney Plus, but it does get confusing for me sometimes because I haven't seen any of the Star Wars films. So I know I have to go back and watch them all. And when I see the scene where this is filmed, I'm gonna be so excited. Not only was Star Wars filmed here, but so was Aladdin and Martian. And Aladdin is like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Sing it, Ann.
Prince Ali, yes it is he, Ali Baba.
Next stop is to where Nabateans carved on this wall. There's a bunch of camel inscriptions, and this is where the camel caravan used these inscriptions as a signage to know where they were going, because in the desert back then, they had no GPS. Right here led all the way to Petra, where we showed you in our last video.
You're so cute, you're a little Star Wars.
This is just crazy that 2,000 years, they're still here and we're able to just enjoy it. But back then, they really needed these inscriptions.
Look, we found Trump, orange and perked lips.
Oh my God. Yeah, so this is the face rock. You know, there's a lot of rocks that people say look like a face, but this one definitely does. Look at that thing.
There's a lot of people touring here right now, a lot of locals, but it does not take away from the vibe. So such a massive area. There's room for everyone, including me. Best way to end the night with an epic sunset. Then we're gonna go grab some food and party. Also, this is how you keep your hands warm.
Look at her. They're uncovering the goodies now. Smells amazing. Here are the veggies that came out from underground. You got whole onions in there.
Smorgasbord, they have everything. And Ian picked up some meat for us to try since it was made like that. So I feel like when in Rome, you just gotta try it.
We're about to dig in. This is a feast. You got lamb on there, hummus, pasta, pita bread, everything you could imagine.
We're in bed watching the stars in our bubble and it's so pretty. And I don't even need my shows tonight. I just watch the stars.
I'm gonna miss this tent.
Yeah, we're leaving in the morning, headed up north. Before we do that, we want to show you what we did in Petra, just a little recap.
Petra is probably the main reason you are coming to Jordan, and for great reason. After visiting, I have to say it's one of the coolest places we've ever been. This ancient city is the size of 50,000 football fields and has some of the most epic hand-carved buildings in the world. Filled with over 1,000 tombs, endless slot canyons, and the most fascinating history, this world wonder should be high up on your bucket list. If you want to watch our entire Petra video, you can click right above or wait to watch after this one. Hey!
After Wadi Rum, we drove 5 hours to Amman and we just woke up here this morning, got some breakfast at a very popular spot where the royal family used to eat a lot. Yeah, it's wild here. Like coming in was like boom, 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 boom. But we got a seat, we got some falafel, hummus, fata. I don't know what it is. It's definitely the best falafel I've had so far between Egypt and Jordan.
Something special we're doing tomorrow. We are cooking with a local Jordanian in our house. It's an Airbnb experience and we're so excited to share it with you. I mean, the value of that restaurant, after I got the bill, I was like, what? It was only $3.50 Jordanian. Down in Petra, I think they kind of take advantage of the fact that tourists are coming down there nonstop, and hummus down there was $3 Jordanian. So you could see the value here in Amman. I definitely recommend coming here for a couple days.
We just arrived at the Dead Sea Spa Resort where we paid 20 JOD to get a day pass. This way we can go into the Dead Sea, swim, and then we get access to showers, the mud bath, all of that's included. And this was the cheapest one we found, so of course we had to go that one.
On the opposite side is Israel and a part of Palestine. It is actually the lowest point on earth and it's made up of 34% salt, 10 times more salty than the ocean.
We read some blogs and they recommended to not shave. That is such a good tip because even when I go in the regular ocean and I shave my legs before, my legs stink.
How does it feel?
It's kind of cool. Like you try to sink and you can't.
This is the weirdest sensation ever. It's kind of scary. It feels like you're almost gonna fall, but you don't.
Right now I'm not even paddling to keep my head up.
Why is it called the Dead Sea?
Because nothing can live in it.
Yeah, no fish. Some things could live in it though, microorganisms, and then it also has a bunch of vitamins and minerals in it.
No fishies, no dolphins, so it's dead to me. Now we're gonna go rub some mud on ourselves, have ourselves a little mud bath.
This is worth every dime. This is one of those moments in your life, you have no idea how you got here. You don't know what you're doing, but you're having a damn good time doing it. Feeling good, I'm feeling rejuvenated for the rest of this trip.
That's how salty it is.
I would say the Dead Sea is definitely not overrated. I would actually put it on a must-do list here in Jordan, but I do recommend staying in Amman rather than staying here on the coast because there's only 4 or 5-star hotels and they're super expensive. We're only paying $35 in Amman and it's only an hour drive.
There's no way out.
You're probably wondering how we're getting around Jordan. There's a rental car company called Monte Carlo. They have the best reviews. They pick you up from the airport. The team there hooked us up with a car for a whopping 10 days. And it's a relatively small country, but from Amman down to Petra is a 4-hour drive. And then from Petra to Wadi Rum is a 2-hour drive. And then from Wadi Rum all the way back to Amman is a 5-hour drive. I will hopefully get a discount code from the owner of Monte Carlo down below in the description, so use that.
Decided to drive an hour up north to the ancient city of Jerash. This is one of the oldest and most well-preserved Roman ruins. It looks really cool. Right behind me is the show-stopping just entrance point.
Jerash is over 6,500 years old and the ruins already are incredible. We're about to walk through and this is known as the Pompeii of the Middle East.
This is the theater. In Roman culture, theater was very important. We can actually thank the Roman and Greeks for founding theater. That's why we have Broadway and Netflix and YouTube and whatever.
Anna's gonna come from behind stage and perform something for you guys. Action.
Do you want to build a snowman? Come on, let's go and play. I never see you anymore. Come out the door. It's like you gone away.
And the crowd goes wild.
This is what I've been waiting for this whole time. We're gonna be cooking with Nisreen. We're gonna link her phone number below so you can contact her directly if you're ever interested. We're gonna be making 5 different Jordanian dishes today. We're here in her beautiful home, so thank you for having us.
Welcome to Jordan. I'm so
you.
happy to host you today. Our first dish is called magluba, means upside down.
The ingredients we'll be using is the lamb, of course, raw rice when you put it in, potatoes, fried eggplant with
Yes.
onions, and Nisreen makes her own homemade 7-spice. The first layer is this rice. You only put a light layer, but this is the part that everyone fights for because it soaks up all the flavor with all the oil and the meat.
So we got a bottom layer of rice, then
all
lamb,
over?
then
Yeah.
the eggplant, onions, the vegetables on
Yeah.
top of that. And then what comes next is
The rice.
The rice again, so another
Yeah.
layer of rice.
For main events like family gatherings and these events, this is one of the dishes that everybody loves. We'll add this piece to keep the arrangement of the dish.
Right here is
Yes.
the broth from the lamb, and the 7 spices is
Yes.
in there.
The next dish we're doing is galaya. It means fried tomatoes in Arabic, and it consists of tomatoes. She actually peeled the skins off, which I've never seen before. Onions, garlic, a 7-spice, and tomato paste, and then you'll top it off with some nuts at the end. I've never had this dish, but sounds amazing. This is basically the base of shakshuka, which at the end you just top off with some eggs. This is more of like the vegan route.
What food is your favorite other than Jordanian? What is
Actually,
your favorite
my favorite
cuisine?
cuisine is the Italian cuisine.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really rich and many varieties. I love it.
It's the best.
Yeah.
We're
Go.
going to Italy in 3 weeks. It's gonna be my first official time and I'm about to eat so much food. You have no idea.
We have manaish zatar. It's a dough with zatar. Zatar is thyme with sesame seeds.
Just like our Istanbul video, you should be doing these food tours right at the beginning of your trip. It kind of goes over the culture, the food, and over the rest of your trip, you're able to order what you want instead of rushing the Petra. Come do a little food tour with Nisreen.
Nisreen has some secret tips to making the best hummus. She blends the chickpeas separately and then puts them in the fridge so that they get cold. I have a feeling this is gonna make it much smoother that way. And then you add ice as well.
Along with the hummus and ice, you add tahini, salt, and lemon.
On top of our hummus in Jordan, we've been seeing this green sauce, and someone said it was lemon. And I was like, lemon's not green, but he couldn't explain it to us. Turns out it's chili, lemon, and garlic, and then you put it in the mortar and pestle. Up next is the full dish, just beans, and you add lemon, garlic, salt, and pepper into the pan. She likes to do it all at once, so you just let it boil together. Looks good.
Right here is the finished full. You got the beans, tomatoes, onions, tahini sauce, and finished off with a lot of olive oil.
Nisreen said that a lot of tourists don't like flipping it over, they're too afraid, but I'm gonna challenge myself and see if I can do it.
3, 2, 1.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go,
Okay,
man.
but-
Tap and tap. Drums.
Some music.
This looks amazing.
Holy crap. You have to come smell this.
And that finishes up the 5 dishes. This one goes directly in the middle because you know that's the most important.
For someone who's
Oh
a
my
vegetarian
gosh.
saying I love the bone, this is amazing.
Just want to show you how tender this meat is.
It's all off the bone. Some of the best meat I've ever had.
I just had the hummus and she was lying. She has to be one of the best hummus makers in Jordan.
Oh, thank you so
Yeah, I
much.
think it
Thank
is.
you. This is really nice.
This is the best food we've had in Jordan.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's homemade.
Yeah.
It's made with love.
Nisreen was saying how we have to have some dessert, and so Ian convinced her to take us to get some.
So this is kunafa. This is a famous Jordanian dessert.
Take a big spoonful.
Cheese.
Oh, it's cheese?
Oh, it's cheese. That's why.
I love it. It's like a
pistachio.
savory sweet. It's my kind of dessert for sure. Cheese.
Laid at the sea.
Now we're at the spice market. We're looking at sumac and za'atar, which are the 2 most popular spices here. I went a little bit all out. Curry powder, not really like Jordanian, but while I'm here, why not get some? These are dried lemons and they're really good to put in broth. Za'atar, cumin seeds, coriander seeds, and sumac. It was all like $4 or are for Jordanians.
It's great to bring tea home, spices, because this is where it's all coming from, all fresh.
Spices are expensive back in the States. I mean, they add up. So I stock up while I'm gone. The last spice we're gonna get is Nisreen's 7 spice. She sells it. Thank you so much. We had so much fun with you.
Thank you so much.
Glad to have you. I'm so happy.
We have so much fun.
Thank you.
So happy.
Best food in Jordan. Right here.
There's no way out.
Right here is one of the most prominent places in all of Jordan, and especially Amman. It is the highest point in the city, and it's called the Amman Citadel. This structure up here is the oldest continuously inhabited places in the entire world. It was inhabited by Romans, Greeks, Persians, all the different civilizations. You could see a 360-degree view all over Amman.
I want to talk about how friendly Jordanians are. We have gotten things for free. Everyone's really, really kind and helpful. So make sure to greet them with smiles and open arms, because I know they will welcome you with the same.
And that is a wrap on Jordan. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and got a ton of value out of it. Gotta subscribe. You're gonna end up doing it a year from now, so you might as well go down there and do it now. If you missed any of our Jordan or Egypt videos, you can click up in this playlist right here. Next, we will be in Italy and France, going to Rome, Paris, the Amalfi Coast, so get excited. We will see you in the next one.